diet, exercise, Pilates, kale, burpees, protein shakes. I don't know about you, but I feel tired already. I like to be active myself, but the thought of a diet and exercise just isn't as exciting for everybody. I'm Jonathan Farron, and I want to talk to you about movement. And that seems odd, but this is actually a continuation of my informative presentation on spine health and sitting too much, sitting properly to reduce the strain on your back, reducing your back pain. And this goes along with that, and to kind of give some background numbers to really have a good springboard for this. The American Heart Association estimated that 80% of jobs in the U.S. are sedentary or inactive, or you're sitting for most of your job, as opposed to, something like construction work, where you're out, sweating, all the hard work, everything. 80% are inactive jobs or sedentary. And another study was done that estimated that over 50% of Americans sit for 6 to 8 hours a day. Other studies say it's even more than that, and it's more like 9 to 10 hours a day, depending on your age. Either way, as a society, we're starting to sit more and more. A lot of the jobs that, farming isn't as big of a occupation as it used to be. Most of it is now sitting at a desk and doing something. And whereas we're sitting more and more, we're not able to get that exercise that we need. Exercise seems like an exhausting thing, but let's talk about some of the effects of what I'm going to keep referring to as chair disease. And I'll get more into that in a second, but sitting too much reduces your risk of type 2 diabetes by up to 20%. And your risk of cardiovascular disease goes up by around 15%. And while the numbers are still up for debate, depression has also been linked to sitting too much or inactivity. And then you can write a whole series of books on that, but it has been acknowledged by many studies that that is a factor. So what is chair disease? And chair disease isn't by itself an actual disease. It's a collection of diseases that are related to sitting too much, like type 2 diabetes. One of the big reasons for that is in your body you have what are called lipoprotein lipase enzymes. And the more you sit, the more those slow down. And what they do is they process certain kinds of sugars in your body. And as they slow down, your body doesn't process these sugars very much. Look it up on Wiki. It's quite the read. Good luck. But regardless, they help aid in the processing of sugars in your body. And if you're not processing those correctly, your body feels like it's not getting that, and so it craves more carbs. So you want junk food more, and so you're sitting, you're not moving, and you want junk food all the time, just from sitting too much, which is a recipe for type 2 diabetes and cardiovascular disease. To go along with that, when you sit, it actually reduces your blood flow in specific parts of your body. It kinks the blood vessels and makes the blood pool in certain places and cuts it off to certain places. It increases your blood pressure. One study showed that from 30 minutes to 2 hours, in hours of like 30 minutes, or in increments of 30 minutes, your blood pressure goes up by 1 to 2 beats per minute just from sitting down, because your body's having to work harder to get blood to those parts of your body that you're sitting and cutting off the circulation, which is a recipe for all sorts of cardiovascular diseases. Also, to go definitely to add to that, but from my previous presentation, is most people don't sit with very good posture, and it causes strain on your back as well as your joints. I mean, think about what your feet are doing, or your arms, or whatever. Like, are you sitting in a way that is putting unnecessary strain on it, and you'll feel it, particularly after a while. You start causing joint damage and causing issues with that. So a lot of issues come from sitting too much and sitting improperly. But what do you do about it? Going to the gym and dieting isn't really for everybody, although I would highly recommend some form of it. Baby steps, just move. Even if it's just a little bit. It doesn't have to be daily trips to the gym to go run for 6 miles. Just find some way to move a little bit. You know, every 25 minutes, half hour, get up and stretch for a little bit. You know, get that blood flowing again. Everything like that. And get inventive with what it takes to get you to move. Set a reminder for yourself. Instead of keeping a water bottle at your desk, get up and walk to the drinking fountain or the water cooler, which, boss, well, you're getting up a lot. I need to keep my health up. I'm sitting too much, and it's causing diet issues. So get up, go get a drink of water. They would have a harder time arguing with that. Especially if you get up, go get a drink, come back, sit down, go to work. If you're watching TV a lot, use your commercial breaks. I know most of us like to forward through it on Netflix and things like that, but use it as a good opportunity to stand up, stretch, do something to move a little bit. Get that blood flowing, wake your metabolism up, beyond just, you know, stuffing another round of chips in your face. I used to, well, I still do, but back when I had time, I'm a full-time student, and I work full-time, I have a family and small kids at home. So getting to the gym on a consistent basis isn't really a reality for me right now. So, and whereas I'm starting this new job and sitting, which is why I picked this topic, I want to make sure that I'm not a blimp by the time I'm done with school. I mean, I already gained 15 pounds since I started, and I'm not happy about it. But get creative in how you can move. Particularly if you're in an office setting, move your printer or print. If you're on a network of printers, print to the furthest network away from your desk. That way, every time you print something, you got to get up and walk for a while to go get it. Getting your blood flow up, your metabolism, reducing your risk of type 2 diabetes and heart disease. Things that you use a lot, like a stapler, tape dispenser, your bin of paper clips, whatever. Move them so that you actually have to move to go get them. And I'm not like talking like a further reach on your desk, like, you know, scoot away from your desk, go get it. Stand up and walk and go get it. Do something that encourages movement. Get creative with it. But either way, do something. Anything. Even just a little bit. Find some way to add a little more movement to your day and break up your long periods of sitting to increase your health, or at least decrease your risk of health issues. There's been estimates that 40% of deaths are cardiovascular related. And a lot of those can stem from sitting too much. I mean, yes, there's genetics and things involved with that, but reducing your risk by doing some kind of movement definitely won't hurt you. Promise you that. But where society is putting more things on automation and things are less manual labor than used to be, farming, not really a thing anymore. I mean, yes, there's farmers, but more often it's people sitting at desks doing things. And where we need to maintain our health despite our increased inactivity, it's going to be more important that we find ways to keep up that activity. And like I said, gym isn't going to the gym isn't for everybody, whether time constraints or just injuries, whatever. Some form of movement can help reduce your risk of having these, you know, type 2 diabetes, cardiovascular diseases, and even depression, which is a whole nother argument. But just do something to add a little bit of movement to your day, and you'll find that you're a lot less, at least for me, it's reduced my back pain a lot by being careful how I sit. And I've been slouching during this video, and I can already feel it in my back. So sitting up more, moving more, it helps you stay focused more. You're a lot less likely to, you know, drift off while you're working. Just do a little bit, goes a long way, and it'll help your health. Thank you.